you only need a handful of these tools and systems to start wholesaling to make a ton of money. Our top 7 wholesaling softwares for 2024 in wholesaling real estate. Guys, in 2024, the way that we're using software, the way that we're pulling data, and frankly, the way that we're wholesaling real estate is completely different. I don't care what your guru says. I don't care what anyone else says. Everything is completely different. And what we need to do is show you exactly what's the same from last year and what has completely changed so we know the top softwares to use. Guys, you get ads and you're inundated with all these people saying you should skip trades here, don't do this. You need this system and this tool and all these crazy stuff. You got to spend all this money. When the honest truth is, you only need a handful of these tools and systems to start wholesaling to make a ton of money. Now, the first software that we're going to highly recommend that we use in our daily basis is probably the one you're asking the most. What software do you use to pull your lists? And honestly, we pull lists everywhere. You know, dmzach.com will get lists, zachdata.com will get lists, listri.com we have lists. But when we really have to look at the best list, if we have to pull a direct mail list, a cold calling list, an SMS list, what is going to be the best one for us that we can put our complete trust in? They're all going to work. But what I can tell you is the one that probably has the slight edge over everyone today right now in 2024 is just going to be listrei.com, aka PropStream. Now, can I give you this complete data set analysis showing why it's slightly better than the other ones? Not really. The only reason why we're kind of coming up with this conclusion is after doing direct mail lists, cold calling lists, the ones that have always yielded the tippy top results with the best data is going to be listrei.com. And with the wide array of list pulling lists that we can get from PropStream, it's going to be hands down the one that we're going to recommend over everything else. Now, if you only use batch, zachdata.com for your skip tracing, it's going to be just as good, but just a little different, right? And so when we look at the best overall, I'm still going to say the king is PropStream. They pour the most money in the R&D and getting the best data possible. Now, when it comes to comping properties, so now we're talking to sellers, you're trying to figure out comps, you have a lot of options here.
So when it comes to comping, I like to start with the basics. So the biggest comp monster out there that are known to every single family home owner out there is Zillow. And not that I rely on Zillow, but Zillow has this unique ability to get in the homeowner's head. So 100% of homeowners, if they have a computer, they look up on Zillow and see what the value, their estimate on the house. So it's important you know that. Now, for the most part, Zillow's actually gotten better, and it'll give you an idea of at least what the seller's thinking, because a lot of times they focus on that estimate. But don't stop there. There's plenty of online tools that are free. You can check it out. Realtor.com. You can go to Trulia. You can go to Redfin. Guys, this is endless. And you can easily, quickly, for free, get a consensus of what the average comp is. Now, I don't want you spending a ton of time doing this, because after 2 or 3, if you keep searching, most likely you're trying to hunt for a comp to justify a higher offer. So let the data speak to you, and it tells the truth. Get rid of the high and the low, and that's what you're going to come up with your ARV. Now, if you want to dial it in from a wholesaler's aspect, what I want you to do is go over to zachdata.com. This is within our batch software. And honestly, they actually have some great software to help you pinpoint and run the comps of like-minded properties in close geographic areas. And it'll give you a more deeper analysis so you can figure out what's going on in the property, if it's under distress, what type of mortgage is on it, the interest rate, that whole 9 yards. And you're not going to get that with the free online tools, but that'll let you dive deeper if you have to figure out the number. But guys, keep in mind, comping, you're just looking for a range. You're not looking for a perfect number, and you want to pick the most conservative. Use these tools to achieve that.
Now, the next one here, and the one we could talk about forever, is going to be skip tracing, right? There's going to be a lot of these mom and pop skip tracing companies and all these other ones that they'll give you some free wholesaling data, then they'll pay for the skip tracing and all these things. And really in 2023, there's really no comparison to batch, aka zachdata.com. Zachdata.com was hands down the best skip tracing possible. Now, it was a little more expensive. It was 13, 14, 15 cents per record, and you had to pay for it. Now, the spoiler alert here, in 2024, zachdata.com still has the best skip tracing if you were just going to pull a general list out there. If I had 100 leads for any other skip tracing software, I would put it against anyone. It's hands down the best. But now a lot of things have shifted. Let's talk about one of my favorite ones. So shout out to Batch Leads here. They actually reduced their prices from 14 to 15 cents all the way down to 8 to 9 cents. And so when you have someone giving you their mom and pop little skip tracing company, or they're giving you free stuff to pay for skip tracing at 11, 12 cents, why would you even touch that anymore, right? They used to be like, it's 11 cents, but batch is 15, so go with us. But Batch leads is now 8 to 9 cents. Now you might be asking yourself, leads doing this for the good of their hearts because they just love making everything cheaper and free? Kind of, but they're having some competition. And this is the reason why I love competition in software. The reason why I'm not like, you have to only use this software and nothing else, right? We're very impartial. When we see a software that actually works, that actually is the best, we tell you about it, even if the owners don't like us talking about it, because we're here to give you the truth in wholesaling real estate. The biggest bombshell in 2024 that I have seen in wholesaling has to be the new skip tracing feature from dmzack.com. dmzack.com, a deal machine, has now come out with free unlimited skip tracing. This has completely changed the game on how you skip trace houses. Think about this. For a low price of $99, you can get 10,000 exports. You can go log in and click any property on the country, just how you use a regular software. You put up the address. It says Julie Smith. This was her mailing address. Right under that is her phone number. Just like that, like no problem at all. Where in every other software, you got to click a button, spend $1 and all this expensive stuff. It's right there. And heck, you can go on your phone, pop up dmzack.com app. When you're driving for dollars, you just click the property, boom, the phone number's right there. You can call them right there. And this is insane. And so tens of thousands of free unlimited skip traces just by paying for it. It's a complete game changer. They overhauled their entire software system where they're starting to pull some type of government lists, general high equity data and stuff like that. I'm going to tell you, nothing's even close to the amount of quality that dmzack.com's going for the price. dmzack.com's actually using 911 operator data too. When you call a 911 operator, they're paying a private corporation to pop up information. So if someone calls 911, it's going to say Julie Smith and her address, just in case someone has a situation they can't talk. And what dmzack.com did was they found that data provider for most 911 operator services, and that's who they're using for their phone numbers. So it's really, really high quality. Is it as good as Batch Leads? I'm not going to say it's just as good. Batch Leads is slightly better, but I could say is for the price, it's going to be worth it just doing dmzack.com. It's literally like driving a car. What's a better bang for your buck? Driving a Toyota Camry across the country or driving a Lamborghini? Yes, the Lamborghini is going to be the best car, but honestly, the Toyota is more practical, way cheaper, and it's probably the best bang for your buck money can buy for a car. Same thing with your skip tracing. dmzack.com has completely changed the game. Now, if you have no money at all, I would recommend you check out the free skip tracing platforms, cyberbackgroundchecks.com and truepeoplesearch.com.
So the next one is a CRM, which just stands for Customer Relations Manager. And this is the one that you don't have to overthink. And honestly, you shouldn't really spend any money. And I'm saying that because in 21 years, I have tried every type of CRM out there. In the beginning, you just need to contact and reach out to many people as possible. Now, the really cool thing is this is already figured out for you. You can use Podio, and you can actually use Podio for free. It is the predominant CRM for wholesalers. And honestly, it's simple. And all you need to do is set it up where you track. You can put all your notes on the leads. You can put comps in there, but you don't need to go crazy doing all the customizations. You can check out some of the real estate app packs or go over to freewholesaling.com. We give you a basic setup on it. Remember, you just have to have a place where you can keep organized notes, keep the data, and then most importantly, give you tasks when to follow up back. So if I talk to 10 sellers and they all have 10 different dates, I got to call them back. There's no way you can memorize that. So if you want to be a professional and get on the wholesaling, you have to set up a CRM like Podio so you know who you're calling back, when you're calling them back, and what property, and most importantly, the customer's name. So don't get all bought into these complicated CRMs. Honestly, you could even run this from like Google Sheets. But the reality is if you can use a free platform like Podio, and even the paid version's like $12 a month, it's a no-brainer. Don't overthink this, but you do have to have a good CRM so you can stay organized in wholesaling.
Next here, and a huge one, is going to be AI. AI has completely changed the way in 2024 that we're looking into wholesaling versus last year and the years before. The best AI software is going to be ChatGPT and Bard AI. Nothing comes even close. You can use AI, pull your lists, heck, do comps with you because Bard AI is connected with Zillow. So you can literally give the AI your address and it'll figure out the square footage. You can give it repair costs, figure out MAO with their calculators, organize your data so you can see what type of properties are repeating in a data set, create data sets. Heck, even in the most latest chat GPTs, you can upload an Excel sheet and have it organize that. You can upload a PDF and it can analyze that data for you. It's a complete game changer. I've even used Bard AI to figure out what the busiest streets are, because Bard AI is powered by Google. It has the Google Maps information of exactly where the highest crime rates are to avoid, where the best areas for wholesaling are, the most cash sales, and all this crazy stuff. AI is here to stay, and it's going to completely change the game the way we look at wholesaling. If you are looking to get into AI, I will tell you, check out freewholesaling.com. We have an entire AI section to show you exactly how to do it step by step. Now, also, I do want to mention this, and I feel like I'm making an advertisement here, but it's just something I want to let you guys know. At dmzac.com, they actually have the first software with an AI tool in it. It's called Alma AI, where basically it's connected to all the data that dmzac.com has. So you might give it an address, and what it's going to do is pop up the address. AI is going to look at Deal Machine's information, look at the building code, look at the square footage, and it's going to give a rough repair cost estimate based on the information that's just slightly better than Bard AI. This AI system is actually trained on MAOs, so you can actually ask for the MAO, give it your percentage. It'll give you 70% just off the bat, but say do 80, and you can plug in more numbers. This AI software inside of Deal Machine is really, really cool and really interesting because it is kind of trained with ChatGPT and Bard AI just for wholesaling. So it's actually pretty cool. I do like supporting companies that are trying to add in AI for wholesaling. Now, is it better than ChatGPT or Bard AI? Not really. You can train your own system for free and do it, but it is something you should be looking at if you're looking to get in dmzac.com.
So when it comes to driving for dollars, this is the art of you getting out in your car, your running shoes, your bike, and finding ugly houses, because ugly houses have potential because you can see problems of distressed houses. So now we got to reach out and we got to contact all these sellers. So the good news is you have a run of the mill of software that can do amazing things for you, starting with listrei.com, zacdata.com, and dmzac.com. All three of these offer premium services in there where you can logistically organize all your driving for dollars apps. And the reason we give you three is we want to give you choices, and some of you gravitate to one towards the other. They all work really well. And this is a huge plus when you're doing driving for dollars. It's also going to help you when you do your reverse driving for dollars. This is going out, putting the sticky notes on the houses, doing it. Listen, if you got a list of 100 properties, you have to organize it. If it's pre-foreclosures, if it's code violations, if it's tax delinquencies, you don't want to be driving around all day. So putting logistics on where to put these notes, what order to drive around into them. The idea is to get them out there because you get a great contact rate. Use these premium services to make your life easier as a wholesaler, and most importantly, find the best wholesaling deals in the areas that you're working. So if I had to rank them in order, it'd basically go at listrei.com, zacdata.com, and then dmzac.com. Remember, they all work. They're all great services. Remember, if you want to get serious about driving for dollars, use one of these apps so you can use the software to keep you more organized and, more importantly, find the best wholesaling deals.
And then our top one for cold calling, if you're looking at getting a dialer, it used to be Mojo Dialer and ZachDialer.com, kind of the even mix. There's dialers, get 3 lines, call them, and it makes you more efficient. Now, in 2024, there's been some crazy changes happening. Now, ZachDialer.com has really pushed themselves above Mojo to become the best dialer out here. Now, Mojo might change things up, and I'll let you know. But with ZachDialer.com in 2024, they have an auto spam replace feature, which basically means when you are cold calling and you get 20, 30 numbers, ZachDialer.com is going to do is look at that number on an instant basis and figure out and work with T-Mobile, Verizon, Sprint, all these carriers, and it will instantly let you know on ZachDialer.com if that phone number has turned into spam. And when it does, it will auto sub it out and put a new phone number in, kind of put that spam number on timeout. Go work with Verizon, Sprint, T-Mobile, and basically see when's that not spam, and they'll put it back in, and it'll just auto-rotate kind of like a basketball player or a football player in a game, and just sub it in and sub it out instantly, no problem at all. This new feature has completely changed the way that you should be cold calling. And frankly, when SMS is getting tougher, this is a great alternative using ZachDialer.com. But overall, guys, let us know what tools and softwares that you use in your wholesaling operations. These are just ones that we recommend and that we love doing. And if you got any value from this video, go to our free wholesaling course, freewholesaling.com, where you can actually see us screen share, use these softwares in person. We can't do it, unfortunately, on this YouTube channel with the privacy policies now, but on our free private servers, you can go check it out right there. And like always, if you got any value from this video, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe. We'll see you soon. This is Zach Ginn signing out.
Rick Ginn signing out.
Have a blessed one.
See you guys.